Greetings, family. Been sitting here working for some hours. Went and took a shower. This guy shit. Very worse. We're gonna get started reading more of the short stories. How are y'all doing? Make sure you hit the like, bear, share, and subscribe so other people can find it, please. I'm going to go ahead and let them know that I'm going live inside of my group me's so people know. They've been shadow banning the fuck out of me. So I'm just going to put it in my little group me's, y'all. And then we'll go ahead and start to read some more of the short stories. How y'all doing? What have y'all been doing? Y'all was chilling. Girl and boy, me too. I've been, ooh, I love this. I need to save that. Chandrika, I'm going to save that picture, girl. I love it. We've been working. We've been putting the stories together for the cartoons. We've had some meetings. I've been working on the workbook, and that's been going slow, but I've been working on it. We say not shit all day, kiss period, the fuck. We have some samples sent over by one of the illustrators. I'm actually looking for a second and third illustrator that can handle the magnitude of this. I still need cartooners, although I do have an illustrator starting on our first cartoon, which is called The Grandmaster and the Four Elements. And so we have that going on, child. I'm trying to send all these notifications out. Okay. Just fell out with your son, child. I understand. I get it. I'm drinking some little, I think she said it's pear cider. It's some kind of alcohol. It's like beer, but it's not. It's pear cider. So we have some characters sent over. I'm probably going to let you look at them really quickly. But I need illustrators. I need cartooners. Cartooners are most likely different than illustrators, although I don't know what's happening. When I put the word out the other day, I saw Forever Jean Marie said she had some people that's already doing cartoons. And I've been trying to get in touch with you, Jean Marie, for over 24 hours now. And I've not been able to reach you for whatever the fuck reason. Girlfriend. Who peacefully? Yeah, send me some pics so I can see, because the scale and magnitude of what we need and done, like everybody can kind of, I can send whatever they have so I can look, because the magnitude of what we have to do. Whoever can send cartoons, yes, send them to my email. Um, I need somebody to actually cartoon it, meaning taking the illustrations and putting it into cartoon form to make it go. You know what I'm saying? We need writers for the storylines that will be able to really sit down and dedicate time and effort to these two series. We have two series of cartoons. One is a spinoff. One is about the deities, and the other ones are about our two gentlemen that will be showing um, different techniques on survival, but we're going to cartoonize it so people can, learn what they need to learn so they can see it and understand it. It's going to be dope. But um, damn it, Gene, I've been trying to get in touch with you for more than 24 hours. I didn't call your phone every day. I didn't text you. I'm like, what the fuck? Is her number changed? Like, I don't know why the fuck you ain't text me back. I've been calling your phone. I'm like, what is happening? Yes, please send it. What did he say? This is going to be so fucking amazing. Okay. Well, you must have a new number or something because I have you saved in my phone under Jean Marie. So you must have a new number because I've been texting and all this other stuff. So these are some of the characters off our first one. Um, this is one. These are just the samples. So these are just some samples from our illustrator that sent them over. Um, that's definitely raw talent. And we need some people that can handle the magnitude of this. I don't want to have to chase people down like, hey, where's your whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need people to be able. I need writers, not just for the blogs. You know what I mean? But I need screenwriters, script writers that can help us with the scripts, understanding what the outline of that episode is for that week, and that can bring that into reality far as what we're trying to do. So we need, even if she can do that, we need you all to be able to manipulate. um so even if you can draw like that, I need you to be able to draw the karate move. It has to be able to be moving, or whatever the martial art movement is, you know, like you got to be able to draw it. It has to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be no crooked fingers and all these different erase marks. It has to be correct. Okay. So we do need writers for the scripts. Um, and we can use characters, meaning you can send me your picture and we possibly can make you a character in some of the cartoons. If you want to be placed in that, okay, we can do that as well. Of course, you will send your emails to a magic walk at gmail.com. So if you want to do any of these things, send your email because we still have a lot that we're doing. When we're done with this reading of the scripts, the short stories, I am going to be trying to put them together. So if you know any publicists, you can send your publicists over, information over. You know what I'm saying? She's doing tattoos. Perfect. You can send publicist information over, people that may be able to publicize the book, publish the book. Um, Hold on. Greetings. I'm good. How are you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gratitude. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. 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 Cool. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate that. And, I'm glad you see the work ethic, because honestly, that's what I do. I try to make shit happen. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that. Yes, I I did not. Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate that. Yes. Yes, he actually did those once he got off work tonight, and he said he was tired, so he would do more tomorrow, some more samples, and send them over. And so I'll see when he will be available to be able to do, a meeting so we can get input. You're fine. No, no, that's it. Absolutely. Okay. Well, well, I appreciate that. I am smiling hard. Mm. Well, I'm smiling very hard because I'm excited about it. You probably need a mentholatum or something. Oh, you probably need some toilet paper or something, some Kleenex. Oh, okay. Say it again. Yes, Sunday. Sunday, 3 o'clock. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you said that because that's going to be very beneficial going forward. I mean, you could do that too with an iPhone. You know, I understand your Android can't do that. I don't know if it's your. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Hey, I don't have an issue with that at all. 4. Don't add no more years. Please don't. I doubt that. I doubt that. I get offers all the time. I just be being choosy and picky. Yeah, it was a weird offer in my DM today. I don't know, but I put it on the back burner. No, he said it was kind of weird, but he offered to eat the box. I said, well, that's nice. I'll keep that in my back pocket. Yeah, that's what I said, but it was a nice offer, so I'm going to keep it in my back pocket. You think so? I don't know. Really? Yeah. That shit I think about all the time. Well, yeah, I think about that all the time too. But no, I was thinking about the scenario in which you said. Hmm. We play all day. Mm. What? Ask what? Quavo. The fuck? Yeah, he did. I don't know why people don't believe that, sir. Okay, because I was shown it. I know what it is. I was shown it. I saw it. I understand you don't believe it though. T to be told. Oh no. Mm. Nah, she's that sad. I just seen the message. She's outside. I just saw her message. You seem chipper. You seem like it. Do you feel like I do? Is it working? Oh wow. Um, I'm not even getting ready to go there with you. That's cute. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. You can't see. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Peace, girl. Whatever. Whatever. Child, let me read some of these stories. What you say? Things you don't want to hear when she says working. That's cute. Period. Anyway, because we was back and forth inside of business and then other stuff. My sister then. My sister didn't call my ass with some shit. I said, oh shit. Cause she be fucking reading too. I said, oh shit. What girl? Okay. We have some short stories we're gonna get into. I got the voice on early from wait. What rising? What? I really need one of y'all to take y'all pain back because my shoulder is hurting. Like it hurts and I have not done anything to it. She sent the pics. Okay, let me look real quick and see if I got them. Okay. So peacefully, what I want for her to do is to I'm going to send you a picture, and I want for her to cartoonize the picture, and then I want for her to draw a Bengals tiger. Okay, so that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. I'm gonna send you this. um okay. Well, Jean, let me show you what I have. I'll send it to you. The phone you just sent it to me from, Mama. Cause I don't know. And then we're gonna get started. This is what I have, Jean. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So this is by Vanessa Coleman. Vanessa Coleman. And this is her short story. It doesn't have a title to it. Um, so we'll do it. Okay. Bay, you ready? I frowned in response as if he could see me. No, sorry, I'm going to be a little late. Riley had to leave early and I'm stuck locking registers. I explained. Damn, that's some bullshit. About time you need me to come by then. Well, about time you need me to come by then. I guess I'm going to head back to the studio for a little, he said before I could answer. Sounds good. I should be ready right after 11, babe. Promise I'll make it up to you, I said playfully, pleading with him. I caught a glimpse of the time and a long line of people scanning the store at the only open register. Shit, yeah. I'll see you in a little while. I gotta go. Kiss, kiss. I stuffed the phone in my back pocket and ran over to help Miss Diane clear out some of these night walkers. We often laughed about how the Karens came out to shop at night and the attitude they gave upon hearing our closing message over the PDA system. Girl, thank you, Miss Diane said while patting me on the shoulder. I smiled and jumped on the register beside her. I got you, hon. I smiled as I hurriedly scanned and folded the few pieces of pieces of on sale jewelry from the first customer. Hope you found everything okay, ma'am. She was huffing and puffing as she carefully watched me putting her pieces into boxes. She wiped the sweat from above her skinny lip. That is funny. From above her skinny lip. Yeah, how much? She huffed. $382.50, I said in my bubbliest voice. She was clearly pissed off. Oh well, I made sure to be extra thorough with customers like these. I used to play around with them, but at this point, I didn't have the energy. Macy's was feeding us and paying for Tyrone's studio time. I couldn't afford to lose it. Just a little while longer, she struggled with the card scanner for a few moments and then folded her arms. I kindly passed the bitch her bag and motioned for the next customer. Have a nice day. She wasn't moving. Instead, she was looking at her receipt and opening each box, turning red. Excuse me, the tiny old woman behind her yelled as she tried to move past her. Why didn't you put my discount on the necklace? Says here you charge full price for it. She moved back to the counter and pointed to the receipt. I don't like being cheated. I come here all the time and never have any trouble until now. I want my discount. I took a deep breath and smiled. No problem. Let's take a look at it. I reached for the receipt. She smirked and turned to the others behind her. Whatever. So, ma'am, the necklace is full price, $150.25. The sale only applies to jewelry outside of the fine jewelry department. Did you need me to refund it for you? I knew these types hated it when you called them out on those pockets. No, you should have specified that in the ad. She snatched the receipt and stuffed her items back into the bag, then stormed her ass right out of the store. I chuckled. I chuckled and took the next customer. Another 30 minutes had passed, and I was finally able to start locking the registers. Taking my time, I thought back to Tyrone. The world would soon know him as No Cap. Okay. I was so proud of him and didn't care about what anybody said about me spending my money on his career because it was finally about to pay off. My baby, okay, Jen, I don't know. I don't know. My baby about to be big time. He always said that he was going to be a rapper and I was going to be right there on his arm every step of the way. Here we are on the brink of greatness and I can't wait to show my ass. I sent him a text to let him know that I was ready. Right around 11, I grabbed my coat and walked out into the cold night air. Ty was nowhere in sight. I called and his phone went straight to voicemail. He's probably just still in the studio. Miss Diane drove around to me and rolled her window down. You got a ride, Liv? Yes, ma'am. He's just running a little late. Well, come on and get in and wait with me in the heat. Oh, you don't have to do that. It's okay. He should be here soon. Baby girl, I'm not leaving you here waiting in the cold and the dark. It's all kinds of foods out here. Get in. She was not going to take no for an answer, so I ran over to the passenger side and hopped in. It smelled like peppermints, and the warm air was so welcoming. She hummed along to her gospel music. This is really good. This is really good. Thanks again. You really didn't. Nope. Thank the Lord. Okay. All right then. I rubbed my hands together and leaned over on the window. What happened to your car? My boyfriend has it so he can work while I'm here. Nothing wrong with that. Her eyes rose, said something different though. Where he working? He's an artist. Oh, what kind of art? Rap. He's a rapper. He actually scheduled to fly to Atlanta to perform this weekend. If he kills it, we're out of here in the next month or so. Well, I wish you the best, but baby, be careful in that life. What about your family? You ain't but 21, 22, 21. They're okay with it. I lied. Hadn't told them yet. They know how hard it would have been going for this to happen. I think they'll feel better once they see how far we're gonna go with it. You still in school? I hate it when people ask this question, probably because I know it probably sounded dumb as hell. I had to take a little break so I could work full time. Oh, you better finish that, baby. You was about finished, weren't you? You working on those computers, right? Yeah, I'm going to get back in there after we get settled in. I honestly didn't know whether I was lying or not about that one. I got it all handled though. Now, I'm not getting in your business, baby. Right. But look here, make sure he supports you the way you've been supporting his behind. She gave me a pat on the leg. He does really. It's just a lot going on right now. He's always supported me in everything I've done. I'm just trying to make sure I have his back while he focuses on his career because everyone else basically turned their back on him. Mm. Whew. How long y'all been together? Since ninth grade. She took me way back with that question. 15. We were 15 when we first started dating. Oh goodness. Me and my Frank been together since we was 12, going on 46 years in January. Ooh, excuse me. Lord, let me call him now and let him know I'm gonna be late. I look back at my message that had been left on scene. I tuned in and out of Miss Diane's sweet talk and her husband. I hope that's us one day. The inside of the car lit up as I spotted my car driving straight through the parking lot, passing us, then come to park in front of the store. That's my ride. Thanks again, Miss Diane. Girl, what I tell you, don't thank me for nothing. Take care of yourself, baby. You too. I ran around the car eager to get home. I was a little embarrassed as all of the smoke rolled from out the window when Ty rolled it down. Yo, you good? Ty leaned out of the window to get a closer look at Miss Diane, who was now pulling away. Let's just go home. I'm tired. The whole way home, he apologized and rapped off his new song that he explained to me was the reason why he was late. I wasn't in the mood for it, but I nodded my head to the beat anyways. We pulled up to the house and his energy was still in full effect. We about to be out this bitch, baby. He jumped out the car and grabbed me tightly. Come on, babe. We supposed to be celebrating this shit right now, and now you all dead and shit. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to get lit. I need to get back to the studio too. Hey, and don't forget, babe. I need you to make sure Don get that money for this week. It was the Lord for me too, Chrissy. I got it. I said I dropped my coat and purse on the as I dropped my. I got it as I said as I. Bitch, what is wrong with me? Hold on. I got it. I said as I dropped my coat and purse on the couch. I took my shoes off and stretched my aching feet out. I got you. And I'm sorry. It was just a long day for me. I can't wait until this thing takes off this weekend so that I can spend more time turning up with you. But right now, I'm tired. He leaned over me and kissed me on the forehead. I grabbed onto him and instantly felt better. You know what? If you need to finish up, go ahead. I'm gonna cash app Don so that we can get your fees taken care of. I grabbed him by the chin to meet his gaze. Be good, nigga. He kissed me on the lips and smiled. Always. I cashed out the 350 that was owed and then sent the text to my best friend Don, letting her know that the studio fee was sent. Her dad owned the studio that Ty was recording at. It was my networking that helped Ty get connected with Don's dad so that he could get this opportunity to showcase his talent. The only thing I hated was that because I have to keep the money flowing, I wouldn't be able to be there for this big moment. I know it's worth it. Ciao. I woke up around 5 a.m. This is a really good story. You did a really good job with this. I woke up around 5 a.m., still no sign of him, which what's up? What's up? See, you got your old man glasses on. No, you ain't talking about your Mickey Mouse glasses. I know you. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Where was I? The glow, big old glow, girl. Okay. Ooh. Let me go ahead and finish this. Wait, you said what? What you say? Got it? I bet you is. Don't get on like that, man. I'm like, I'm on the live. He like, stand up. No. He like, stand up. No. Anyway, child. And the story was getting good, right? It's probably just about six anyway. I don't know. It's probably just about six. So I ain't gonna read too much into it like this here story that we're reading. You almost melted on the live and we're gonna scoop you up. Stop. Anyway. Okay. Put it in the cap. Yeah. I was like, I don't have on no bra. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. No, he just kept saying stand up, rising. I'm like, stand up. No, he like, stand up. I'm like, don't look at me like that. Okay. We say, I woke up around 5 a.m., still no sign of him, which wasn't out of the ordinary. But wait, I told him what I was doing, right? He said, so do they win a prize? I said, yeah, it's a $200 prize. He said, I said, well, that's too much or too little. He said, it should be 400. What the fuck? Oh, you were sitting over the other two. Because what the fuck? You said, did you clap your, wait a minute. Did you clap your titties though? I could have sworn I did. Because, listen, he was trying to, anyway, yes, I clapped him. I did. He must be contributing. What the fuck? Anyway, I woke up around 5 a.m., still no sign of him, which wasn't out of the ordinary. This was definitely not a life for the week. I was doing everything that I could think of to make his life easier. Be his peace. I'm built for this though. When Ty finally showed up, it was around noon and my shift was set to start in at 1. What? This nigga is tripping. He a Dre, when I did, oh D real. When I did that, he stopped and just looked. Anyway, um, this was definitely not a life of the week. I was doing everything that I could think of to make his life easier, be his peace. I'm built for this though. When Ty finally showed up, it was around noon, and my shift was set to start in at 1. The ride to work was different. He was just out of it, but chopped it up, and I took, chopped it up to him being tired. I was too busy hyping him up about the trip he was going on tomorrow. Every once in a while, this nigga got a whole nother life. You hear me, Chrissy? Every once in a while, he would hit me with a shit, yeah. So I decided to give him a break for the rest of the ride. Approaching the Macy's exit, I felt this weird feeling in my gut, but I believed I was just truly over this job. Work, sleep, work, sleep. Damn, I can't wait to throw this whole damn life away. I'll help you pack when we get in tonight, okay? His eyes were tired and he looked a little rough. But we're definitely in need of a pep talk before the flight. Can't let him blow it because of his nerves. Love you, baby. See you tonight. I pecked him on the lips and hopped out of the car. He took his hat off and sat it on his lap, rubbed his chin hair between his fingers, and paused before pulling off. He must be a ball of nerves right now. It almost looked like he wanted to say something. Throughout my shift, I thought back to our interaction. I could hardly stand the fact that I wasn't more supportive. What kind of girlfriend was I being to just let him go knowing he was stressed out like that? So finally during my first break I decided to go grab a coffee and give him a call. If he needed me as bad as I thought, I was prepared to throw the towel in at Macy's today just so I can make sure he was ready for his big shot. When I called, his phone went straight to voicemail, so I called back to back a few more times. Finally, I gave in and texted him, I know you're probably on stage right now. Sorry I didn't think about it earlier. You got this, baby. You've been preparing your whole life for this moment, and I just wanted to let you know I got your back every step of the way. By the time my break was over, Ty still had not replied back. Again, not unusual considering he was up celebrating all night. But then my lunch rolled around, and then my last break, still no reply. I was beyond worried, and it must have been showing because Miss Diane would not stop checking on me. You sure you're okay, hon? You look like you got a lot on your mind. Yeah, just worried about that guy. I'm just worried that my guy and this big opportunity that he's got coming up tomorrow night. He's flying out in the morning, so I've got to help him get ready, and it's just a lot. Nothing I can't handle, though. Well, congratulations. I hope everything works out for you both. You're a smart girl. He's lucky to have you. Thanks. I feel like I don't know whether I'm coming or going since everything started picking up. So I'll be glad when we know what's going to happen next. It's so cold out there tonight. At least you won't have to wait around today. I see you decided to drive yourself today, huh? No, ma'am, I'm still gonna have to wait for him, but you definitely don't have to wait for me today. He shouldn't be too long. He knows he needs to rest before I take him to the airport, and we need to be on time. Oh, I could have sworn I saw your car out there. She chuckled and patted me on the back before walking off to help finish closing the registers for the night. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Mitch is closing tonight, so after the registers, we can go ahead and leave, he said. Even better, I hurried up and counted the remainder of the money out of the last register and took the bag of funds to our manager, Mitch. All right, thanks, Miss Vine. I appreciate you for showing up as usual. You're on the schedule for tomorrow? No, I'm working Saturday though. Take care. I hurried up and ran out to the front of the building while simultaneously pulling on my coat and checking my phone for a response from Ty. Still nothing, but I was glad to see that my car was already parked on the far end of the lot. There's my baby. I halfway skipped out to the car, but the closer I got, I realized he wasn't inside. The whole way home, I'm dialing his number frantically. Something was definitely wrong. Why would he leave my car there with the keys in the seat? How long had it been sitting out there? The phone kept going straight to voicemail. Okay, what the fuck? I got home and hurried to the door, eager to get inside to just figure out just exactly why Ty had not been answering. After I make sure this nigga is okay, I'm gonna kill his ass. I fumbled with the keys to the door and pushed my way inside. Everything looked normal until I went into the bedroom. All of his shoe boxes, clothes, hats were gone. I panicked and ran into the bathroom. Again, all of his things were gone. Body wash, toothbrush, every single thing that was proof of him ever being there was gone. I instantly began to cry and scream because what the fuck is this? I didn't know what to do. Why? What did I do? Was I not paying enough attention? I decided the best thing to do in this moment was to take a deep breath and call my best friend. She always has a way of bringing me back down to earth in the middle of a crisis. I texted her and I asked if she was busy, and thankfully she immediately called me instead. The music in the background was blasting, and it sounded like she was in her car. Hey, boo, what's up? Girl, I don't know. I just got off and Ty and all his shit is gone. Have you been by the studio? I was supposed to help him get ready for his flight in the morning, and now this. Well, did he say anything? Have y'all been having problems lately? Come on, sis. You know I tell you everything. You would be the first to know if shit was fucked up. True. Well, I haven't heard anything, but I'll let you know if I do. What are you doing right now? I'm not I'm not good for real, sis. I need you for real right now. You trying to pull up with a little smoke or what? I wish I could, but I'm actually headed out with my man right now. This bitch, I would choke this whole the fuck out. Mm. I'm sorry. I probably just need some rest anyways. As I walked around the house looking for answers, I saw that Ty's house keys was laying just as pretty in the ashtray on the table beside the door. I fell apart. I'm sorry, girl. Enjoy your man and have a good time. If I wasn't so out of it staring at that damn key, I would have sworn that Don and her mystery man both burst out laughing before she hung up. Mm. I brushed it off because I knew that I had a habit of feeling like the entire world was against me when I was going through something. Mm. I threw the phone on the couch and ran back to the bedroom. I felt so lost. What was I going to do? I had no appetite, and honestly, I didn't want to go to sleep either. But I guess I had cried myself to sleep before I even knew it. A week had passed, and and I was still no more in the know than the day it all began. I was blocked by Ty on all social medias. Damn. And I had rode by the studio so many times, I think Don's dad was starting to think he had a stalker. So come Wednesday evening, I drive by Don's house. I figured Mr. Orion would know enough something. And I could just use the studio as an excuse. I asked if I owed any more for Ty's studio time, although I knew he was always on time. Mr. Orion must have seen me approaching on camera because he came to meet me at the door of his gigantic home. I parked behind his newest Benz and slowly exited. I didn't have many conversations with him in the past, and a man of his stature was a little intimidating for some reason. I nervously approached him. Hi, Mr. Orion. Mr. Orion, that's my father. Doug is just fine. Don't make me no older than I feel. He let out a deep, hearty laugh and gave me a big hug. Sorry, Mr. Doug. I laughed nervously. I mean, Doug. Long time no see. Y'all grew up on me so fast. He held me back and scanned me up and down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't help but blush. What brings you, my dear? Well, I just wanted to make sure I was all caught up with the payments for Ty's studio time. Doug slowly took a few steps back and scratched his head. No, no, no. What in the hell have those kids been up to? I'm sorry. What do you mean? I was definitely confused now. Lil Liv, I would never take money from you. He placed a hand over his heart and stepped forward to grab my hand. I'm not quite sure what payments you're talking about. I was noticeably trembling at this point. Girl, this is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. Whew, I'm not quite sure what payments you're talking about. I was noticeably trembling at this point. You do know about the two of them, right? The two of them. Them who? I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I stared up into his eyes and he shifted his gaze. Fuck. Give me a sec. He exhaled deeply as he pulled his phone out of the holster on his belt buckle and made a phone call. When the person answered on the other line, he immediately started yelling. What in the fuck is going on here? You couldn't be woman enough to tell your best friend what you assholes are doing? When were you going to tell me that you were charging her for studio time in my name? He paused for a moment and jumped right back into it. Don, I don't want to hear any more of this bullshit. You're getting worse than your fucking mom, and you're going to pay every damn dime back. I quit listening and took flight. Tears were running down my face, and the world around me turned into one big blur. I stumbled back into my car and fumbled for the keys. But before I could get it started, Doug was right there reaching in and pulling the keys right back out. Girl, girl. I hope she fuck your daddy, Don. I hope she fuck your daddy real good and become your stepmama, bitch. Mm. Whew, no, ma'am. I cannot let you drive like this. That's exactly how accidents happen. Mal. Mal. Mm, that's how accidents happen. Come on inside. I'll pay you back for the mess they made. I just wanted to go home and scream. I know I had to be the ugliest thing outside with my swollen red eyes. I tried to stop, but the tears just kept coming. I'm sorry. I can't. I understand. Just come inside for a few minutes. You'll gather yourself while I finish up, and then you can be on your way. His giant hands were so gentle, tugging at my arm. I gave in, and I would have gave him some pussy and became your stepmom, Don. Fuck you, bitch. I followed him to the door, and he stood aside and welcomed me to walk in first. Immaculate. I always loved going to visit Don's house, but she seemed to hate it. She was also always trying to find a way into the hood. I guess I had been working so much lately, I didn't even notice when she stopped coming around or when we would only talk when I would call her. It pissed me off, and tears began to boil in a raging anger. Mr. Doug walked into another room, and I decided to sit on a big, fluffy red couch in his living room. I melted down into the couch, listening as Mr. Doug walked from room to room while still trying to hold a conversation. How's school going? I dropped out almost a year ago. I was trying to help pay for Ty's studio time. I choked. You should go back. This would be a great time to focus on yourself and do what makes you happy, Liv. He yelled from the kitchen. I'm not even sure about what I want to do anymore. Well, you have plenty of time to figure it out. You're a great girl and you have a full life ahead of you. I know it may not feel like it right now, but it will get better with time. Where are you working? Macy's. Macy's? How you liking it? I don't. He bursted out laughing. Well, that shows your work ethic. It takes a hell of a lot to get up daily and work at a job that you hate. How much have you been paying? $350 a week since the day before Valentine's Day. Yikes, no worries. Tell you what, he walked over from the kitchen and finished counting out a huge stack in all crispy blue 100 bills. My sorrow was gone in an instant. That's 20,000. I sniffed and picked up the stack and shuffled through it. I had never seen that much money at once. Are you serious? This is a lot of money. I think I only paid out about 12. I prayed that didn't make him change his mind. Does it look like I'm hurting for that little change, Olivia? He held his arms out, did a slow spin, and then made eye contact with me. Not at all. Thank you, I blushed. I mean, wow, I sniffled. That should help you while you transition into school, or at least something you like to do, yeah? Hell yeah, I thought to myself. How about a drink? Whoa, I don't think so. I should. Whoa. I don't think so. I should probably get out of your hair now. I chuckled. He ran his lip. He ran his fingertips along my neck and down my arm. I felt like I knew what was happening, but I couldn't. I had enough money to get my shit together, and now it was time to go figure out what to do next. Plus, no matter what Don did to me, I still couldn't do that to her. Shit. Shit. Nah, I think I'll pass. Have it your way. Sit tight. I'm definitely due for a shot. Just like the universe heard my gullible ass still plead in her case, a text from her came through. Yes, no Cap and me are together. Stay away from my house with all that drama. I'll send you a little pitiful money whenever I have time, but we are busy. Don and no Cap. Who the fuck is this? Up until today, I thought this was the same girl I had been friends with since kindergarten, but this wasn't her. I don't know who this fucking demon was. She was definitely wanting to hurt me though. It was clear to me when I saw the picture of them two booed up in the fucking studio that I had been paying for. On second thought, I'll have whatever you're having. And period, bitch. And period, bitch. And period, bitch. You would have been out those clothes and the scene Bruce Almighty, like, period, cat. Okay. On second thought, I'll have whatever you're having. I said as I got up and followed behind him. He smiled and handed me the glass that he had already poured. Figured you would change your mind. I quickly downed the shot and kept them coming. I was aware of what was happening. I was turning up with my friend's dad, and hopefully within the next hour, he would be sucking my pussy. Wait, wait, let me read that again. Whoo. Oop, oh, and oop. I quickly downed the shot and he kept them coming. I was aware he would have kept me coming too. I was aware of what was happening. I was turning up with my best friend's dad, and hopefully within the next hour, he would be sucking my pussy off of the bone. I replied back to the text from Don, "Don't worry, daddy's going to handle it for me." I topped it off with a wink emoji. By the time I stuffed my phone back into my bra, Doug had pulled it back out and flung it across the room. "I'll buy you another one." And period. And oop. Um, he started ripping away at my clothes and sucking and licking all over my body. I moaned as he sat me up on the mini bar and dived head first into his meal. And period. Something snapped in my head, I know, because I was coming and laughing like a maniacal maniac. Then we carried it into the bedroom. That night was definitely one to remember, especially when Daddy's little princess called, batting her lashes and hoped that everything would be okay. He folded for her, but I made sure to yell out in my loudest voice, "Hey, best friend. Hey, BFF," before he ended the FaceTime. She called and texted nonstop, threatening me about what she would do if I didn't leave my new zaddy alone. Sorry, it's up. The next 4 years passed by so fast that I completely forgot about everything that had happened. Effortlessly, everything that I asked for, I received. Thanks to Doug. He offered me the world and I took it, but I was no fool. I learned from Tyrone that anytime a man felt like you had served your purpose, it could all be taken away. So I used Doug to pay for my undergraduate, and then he moved me out to Atlanta. My goal was to be a contractual lawyer, and Doug promised to help me get my foot in with some of his friends that owed him in a few favors. Although I was only in my first year at Georgia State, I was already working for some of the most powerful attorneys in the music world. Come through, bitch. Come through, bitch. But don't be breaking your shit, okay? Because period. In the music world, this is what brought me to this fateful day. I was worn out from all the night classes, but I never showed it. I was fully prepared for my day at Viciousness Entertainment Studios without a single flaw, face beat, outfit fresh and expensive. And guess who walks in with his very first deal, needing a lawyer? None other than No Cap. It wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be. "Liv, wow, I didn't know you worked here," he said, scanning over me. "Yep, take it all in. Yeah, good seeing you." I had heard a few of his latest songs starting to pick up locally, but I never anticipated seeing him again. It just hurt too bad. This was my first, and I knew that a piece of my heart would always be with him. I needed to get him the fuck out of here quick. "It's good to see that you're doing good. Hey, I'm going to make sure that I pay you back. I swear I didn't plan." "Yeah, we better stick to business. It's nothing. Trust me." "Liv, I just want to say, Tyrone, stop it. Let me get you set up with an appointment so that we can both continue on with our lives." "Okay." True. I could tell by his clenched jaw that I had hit a nerve. In the past, I would never have treated him like this, but I was over it. I lost him and my best friend. It was hard to find people that I could trust. Well, back to business then. Tell Mr. Orion I'll be about to see him after the deal is signed. I chuckled and purposely blushed. I could be just as petty. I'll run that through Doug later on. I could have done so much more, but after looking at the 360 deal that he was about to sign, I was happy and relaxed knowing that I didn't need to do a damn thing else. And period. And period. Great fucking story. Great story, Vanessa. You are a great storyteller. That was really the fuck good. She got piped down, Got everything she fucking wanted. Bitch, you got my leftovers, which was nothing, and you still, girl. Meanwhile, I got your zaddy. Meanwhile, I got your zaddy. Oop and oop. Okay. That was good. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right. Gonna read one more, y'all, and then we will let it go. Let's see. This is Brittany Smoot. The Audacity is the name of the short story. Can I take a bite of my food real quick? We read just one more, y'all. You sent in some cartoons? Okay, I'll look at them real quick. This is all vegan. It just ain't raw. Listen. Okay. Now, this is a vegan barbecue chicken. There's a stick in here. Take a bite. It's vegan. I'm gonna let you see the bone. A lot of people be like, I saw you eating meat. No, you didn't. Okay. And new vegan. Where's that at? Gratitude, Mal Lopez. I'm gonna break my damn nail, bitch. Okay. Who does the eye keep leaking and shit? What the fuck? Okay, let me look at Oh, this is long. Oh, this is long. Okay. Let me see. Where'd you send them at? You sent them to the email or something? Oh, in Virginia. Okay, let me see. That's a picture of me. But did you draw these? Oh, but I really like this. Look at this. That's me. Oh, gratitude, mama. But did you draw these? Or you use some sort of machine? What did you do? I drew them on my iPad. Okay. So I'll show them what you from the beginning. Because this was that picture. Okay. That's Shabu, I guess. I see these. That's cute, like that. Little kinky butt. Those are good. Those are good. Gratitude for sending them in. If anybody else, child, let me block these people. I'm so sick of these people. If anybody else has anything far as that go, let me know. Okay, just send them on in. Okay, let's get back to business and read this one really quickly, y'all. We'll read this short story. My story. All right. It's called The Audacity. Okay. The Audacity. Finally, my last customer, I said to myself as I reached down to turn off my light. I plastered on a smile, my face as a young woman wheeled her cart over to my station. Did you find everything all right? I asked as I began to ring up her items. Unfortunately, my bank account, I did Unfortunately for my bank account, I did, she replied jokingly. I chuckled as I looked at her cart. It was filled to the brim with an array of shirts, pants, and pants. I know what you mean, I replied as I pulled multiple outfits out the cart. I worked here. Okay. I work here, then turn around and give the money right back by shopping here too. Do you have a reward card with us? I asked. Of course I do. She beamed, holding our signature blue card out to me. I scanned her reward card and saw she had a $15 off coupon. Ma'am, you have a $15 off coupon. Would you like to use it for this transaction? Girl, yeah. Any money I can save, I'll take that. And that's on period, she stated enthusiastically. I know that's right, I replied, agreeing with her. $148.78, I replied once I bagged the last item. She stuck her debit card in the card reader. She started loading her bags into the cart. Once the transaction was complete, I handed her the receipt. Thank you for shopping at Gabe's. Have a nice day, I stated. You too, she replied as she walks away. I pulled out my phone and checked the time. 6 o'clock on the dot. Time to go. I sing I sing out loud. I cash out my register and head to the break room to get my purse and jacket. 37, right? 18 left. 32 right. I pull down on my lock and it pops open. I grab my purse and sit it on the break room table. While I put it on my jacket, I felt my phone begin to vibrate. I dug in my pocket and looked at my phone. A smile spread across my face when I saw the picture and name that flashed on the screen. I quickly slid the green icon to the right to answer the call. Hey, Keisha, I greeted my bestie. I don't deal with many females, but Keisha is my girl. We met in second grade, literally from the sandbox. We just clicked and had been hanging together ever since. Hey, Toya, what is you doing, best friend? She inquired. Nothing, just getting off, about to head home, I replied happily. You need to stop playing and move down here to Atlanta with me, she stated. I rolled my eyes and released an aspirated breath. She has been saying this. She has been saying this to me for months now. I can't say that I didn't think about it. I mean, she has been living there for 2 years now and loves it. I do miss my friend. We did almost everything together. She moved for a job though, which is guaranteed income. I would have to finish a job first. I would have to find a job first. Girl, what am I going to do in Atlanta that I can't do in Nashville? I asked my best friend. Besides, I can't just pick up and move. My whole life is here. Well, I'm still going to keep asking you until you say yes, she teased. I already knew it was pure truth in that statement. As I headed to my car, we got updates on each other's lives. After stepping outside into the crisp air, I scanned the parking lot for my cobalt blue 2019 Chevy Malibu. It was still daylight outside, but you could tell it would be getting dark soon. It is October. It is October, so fall weather has made her mark. I spot my car and began walking toward it. After unlocking my door, I hopped inside and fired up the engine. I let my car warm up for a few minutes while I start to wrap up my phone conversation. Well, girl, I'm about to head to the house. I'll talk to you later. I tell Keisha. Okay, sis. I love you. Drive safe. I love you too, and we'll do. I exclaimed before ending the call. I put my seatbelt on, turned up my music, and started my trip home. I lived in the west end of town, and my job is located on the south end. It takes me anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes to get home. It wasn't long before I was pulling into the parking lot of my apartment complex. I pulled into the open spot in front of my building. I hated the stairs and was thankful to have a downstairs unit. I turned off my car and got out. This is really good. Y'all are some really, really good writers. You have any room for the sex? I do. I do. Y'all are some really good writers. I turned off my car and got out. I was once again assaulted by the cold air as soon as my shoes hit the pavement. I locked my doors and hurried inside. Once inside, I walked down the short hallway a few feet and stood in front of my unit, 13A. As soon as I opened and closed the door behind me, I felt like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. Dorothy wasn't lying when she said there's no place like home. I stepped into the living room and set my purse on the couch. After removing my jacket, I put it in the closet and made my way to the kitchen. I needed to get dinner started, to get started on dinner. I washed my hands and grabbed the ground turkey from the refrigerator. After getting my skillet hot, I dropped in the meat. It's Taco Tuesday, so that's a quick meal that doesn't take long to cook. I pulled out my phone to get my music going. If I cook, if I'm cooking or cleaning, I always have my music going. I got that from my mother. She's the exact same way. I grew up watching her cook and clean to her 90s music. Me too, girl. I open my playlist and tap on the name Tink. As I sit down, my phone treat me like somebody starts blasting through the speakers. I began to sing along as I chop up lettuce and tomatoes. I took the now cooked meat over to the sink to drain it. After draining it and adding taco seasoning, I put the skillet back on the stove to finish cooking. As I'm turning down the heat on the stove, I feel a strong pair of arms wrap around me. The feeling was familiar as well as the scent. Hey, babe, I heard his deep baritone in my ear. Hey, boo, I stated before turning around to face him. It was my boo, my baby, the love of my life, Markel. Girl, go the fuckhead on. My boo, my baby. Okay. He's also known by his rap name, Brick Baby. We've been together since we were 15 years old. We met in the fall of 2014 as freshmen at Hillwood High School. We had homeroom together, and that's where our lives began to intertwine. He didn't say anything to me at first. He would just stare and smile. He had the prettiest hazel eyes that you could get lost in. After a couple of weeks, he finally got the courage to approach me. Once we started talking, it was like we had known each other our entire lives. We have been going strong ever since. We are we are now 23-year-old adults. I still get those same butterflies I got back then all these years later. I locked eyes with him and slid my arms around his neck. He leaned down and planted a passionate kiss on my lips. I took a moment to admire my man. He's what you would call fine, fine. He's 6'1" with shoulder length locks and period. 190 pounds, solid with peanut butter complected skin and light hazel eyes. He's also a little muscular with a six pack. Needless to say, I've had to check a few thotties behind my man over the years. Did I mention he's an up and coming rapper? Honestly, he's one of the hottest unsigned rappers in the city. His song Bag Flipper is going hard in the streets right now. I'm so proud of him. He's been working hard and grinding for this since we graduated high school. Now he's experiencing the fruits of his labor. Y'all making this tough for me. Y'all are making this tough for me. My God. Good grief. I slowly pulled away from his embrace. Baby, dinner is ready, so go wash your hands while I make our plates. I tell him. He smacks my ass and gives me a wink before retreating to the bathroom. I turn off the stove and started loading our plates. He comes out of the bathroom as I'm sitting our drinks down. I sit our drinks on a coffee table in front of the TV. He strides over to the couch and takes a seat beside me. I turn on our 50-inch smart TV and go to the Netflix app. I find a random movie that looked interesting and hit play. We both begin to devour our plates. And period. Once we're situated, he melted into the couch and became more focused on the movie. Once it was over, I got up and took our dishes to the kitchen. After putting up the leftovers and washing the dishes, I was ready for Calgon to take me away. Kel, I'm about to take a shower, I yell from the hallway while making my way to the bathroom. Okay, mama, he yells back. Once I reach the bathroom, I flick on the light. Once my eyes adjust, I walk over to the tub and pull back the purple and gold curtain. I reach over and turn on the water. I then adjusted the hot and cold knobs until the temperature was just right. After the water was ready, I stripped down and stepped into the shower. As the warm water cascaded down my body, I felt myself instantly relaxed. While soaping up, I heard a loud bang from the bathroom door being flung open. What the hell? I say out loud as I, as I pulled the what the hell? As I say out loud as I pull the shower curtain back and peek my head out, I see Markel swiftly making his way over to me. What's wrong? I exclaimed, thinking something had happened. Guess who just called me? He asked excitedly before I had a chance to answer. He stated Jamal Jerkins. I looked at him inquisitively for a moment. You know JJ, the CEO of the Blueface Records? He wants to sign me. I screamed, fully opening the curtain and jumping my soapy body into his arms. He holds me tight as I plant kisses all over his face. I'm so proud of you, I beamed at him. I knew he had what it took. My baby is cold. I'm just saying that. I'm not just saying that because I'm his woman. I hear people playing his music all over the city. There are some details we need to discuss. Finish your shower and we'll talk about it after he declared. He looked me up and down with lust burning in his eyes. He smirked, shaking his head and walking out of the bathroom. I finished my shower in record time. First of all, this body is not that. Do not be just smirking, looking me up and down in the shower because this body is not that. Knock it the fuck off. Anyway, okay. I finished my shower in record time. I step out and wrap my plush towel around my curvy body. After exiting the bathroom, I made my way to the bedroom. He has his head buried in his phone, and I step into the room. He puts his phone down as soon as he notices my presence. Are you excited? I asked him in a cheerful tone as I walk over to my dresser. Hell yeah, I'm excited. This is it. I finally made it. Everything I grinded for. My dream is finally about to come true. He replied with a huge smile spread across his face, exposing his deep dimples. Mm. After retrieving my pajamas, I go sit on my side of the bed. He watches me intensely as I lotion my body. Okay, so what were the details we needed to discuss as I slip into my nightshirt? I turn to face him completely. He takes a deep breath before he responds. Okay, so Jamal wants to sign me to his label. He said I could have full creative control over my music. I would get royalties whenever my music is used in anything. Babe, he's offering me a $3 million deal. That's that's a big bag. Yeah, yeah, it is, I acknowledge. You would never have to worry about money again. We wouldn't, he corrected me. Okay, we wouldn't, I corrected myself. How do you feel about it? When you see the contract, I inquired. I feel like it's a good deal and again a lot of money, Kel stated. JJ said he would have his assistant send me over the contract in the morning. Once I get that, I'm taking it to my lawyer to make sure everything is everything. I do want a deal, but I'm not gonna get fucked over either. I need to make sure ain't no bullshit in that contract. If everything checks out, the next step is signing and making it official. There's one more stipulation to the deal, he replied. He locked his eyes with mine as he tapped his fingers on the bed. With this label and the studio being based in Atlanta, we would have to move there. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with leaving Tennessee and moving to Atlanta? He asked, gazing into my eyes. I took a deep breath as I ran my fingers through my locks. I thought about my family I would be leaving behind, my friends, my job. I know he said I wouldn't have to worry about money. I still like to get my own bag. My mama always told me don't ever be 100% financially dependent on a man. If he leaves you, so does his money. That was some real game she gave me. I've always had that bag chaser mentality and go get it spirit. Well, we wouldn't be moving too far away. Atlanta is only a few hours from Nashville. Yep, three. I started. I would have to quit my job. You was quitting that job anyway, he interrupted. We about to be rich, rich. Why would I be a millionaire and my lady still working at Gabe's? No shade, babe. I'm just saying we rich now. You don't have to work. Well, I still want to get my own hustle. I countered. I know this is your dream and you've been working hard for this. If this is really what you want to do, you have my support 100%. I love you and I'd follow you anywhere. I stated wholeheartedly. He reached over the bed and pulled me over to him. He began to assault my face with kisses. He pulls back a little and little he pulls back and little and raises his head to the ceiling. We moving on up, brick baby in this bitch. Tennessee, stand the fuck up, he yells with a voice full of excitement. I laughed and yelled, you already know. He looks down and stares into my eyes. The excitement is now replaced with primal hunger. Cuss period. Now it's time to celebrate, he said, seductively as he wrapped his arms around my waist. I scoot into him as he leans in for a kiss. He kisses me deep and passionately. Our tongues find each other and do their routine dance and intertwine. He breaks our kiss and zeroes in on my neck. I feel my heartbeat quicken as he sucks and kisses on my neck. A small moan escapes my lips. Bitch, this is erotica. This is erotica. Mmm. Mmm. Damn, he knows that's my spot. I feel the heat building between my legs. As if on cue, he reaches between my legs while making his way down to my supple breast. He ran his tongue around my nipples before taking my 40 double D's into his mouth. I ain't gonna be able to keep reading this one. Wait a minute. Shit, 'cause I'm gonna buy it. Okay. He now had my legs fully open as he massaged my clit. Child, let me take a sip. The fuck? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's right. Get wet for daddy, he said as he sucked on my breast like a newborn. I can feel the moisture building. He then stops and looks at me, lust burning in his eyes. Whew. Girl, Maxwell on Twitter talking about he devastated. About what? What happened? I need a shot too, Patika. Okay. Paquita. Paquita. Okay. He then stops and looks at me, lust burning in his eyes. Get on your back and scoot to the edge of the bed, he commanded. I do as I'm told. He gets up, walks to the edge of the bed, and lowers himself onto his knees. With both hands, he grabs my ankles and spreads them far apart, exposing my now dripping wet kitty cat. I feel the cool air on my clit as he spreads my lips. He leans in with a swift motion and slides. Girl, let me. It's toothbrush time. It's toothbrush time. Bitch. Woo. Okay. Woo, he leans in with a swift motion and slides his tongue deep inside of me. I let out a moan as I grabbed the back of his head. He devoured me until I couldn't take any more. He then stands up while I'm trying to catch my breath. With his left hand, he takes my right leg and puts it over his shoulder. He then takes his right hand and runs it from the shaft of his long, thick, throbbing manhood to the tip. He moans as he slides inside of me. I can feel him stretching in with each thrust. Fuck! I moaned as I feel him in my stomach. Mm, 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 mm. Oof. Okay. He speeds up and goes. He speeds up and goes harder. Come for daddy, he says breathlessly as he beats it up. Oh, he say that. He say that. He say that. Whoo. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. As he beats it. Oh, I'm yelling so loud, I'm sure the neighbors can hear me. After a few more thrusts, we both explode in a pool of ecstasy. He collapses on top of me. We lay like that for a while, both unable to move. After about 10 minutes, I finally got enough strength to get up. I'm going to wash up and use the bathroom, I say lazily. Okay, he replies while yawning and scooting up in the bed. I use the bathroom and wash up. When I come back into the room, he is on his back snoring like a bear. I smile, already knowing he would be asleep in record time. I climb in the bed next to him and kiss him on his cheek. Then I roll over to my side of the bed. Before I know it, I drift off to sleep as well. This is fucking good. This is good. I feel like it has all the stuffs. It has all the stuffs. Woo, child is right, Carmen. Shit. I wake up and reach across the bed. I feel emptiness where Kel is supposed to be. I open my eyes and wait for them to adjust. I roll over and check the time on my phone. 11:48 a.m. illuminates on the screen as I stretch. Damn, I slept kind of late. I say to myself, I guess some good deed will do that to you. I bet I wouldn't know. It's been 4 years. I wouldn't know. Oh, I'm glad I'm off today and tomorrow. I got out of the bed and made my way to the kitchen. I saw Markel sitting at the kitchen table talking on the phone with a stack of papers in front of him. I walked to the cabinet to get a glass. As I grabbed the orange juice out of the fridge, wraps up his call. Okay, man, sounds like we good to go. Okay. Okay, bye, he says before hanging up the phone. That was my lawyer, he exclaimed before I could ask who he was talking to. FedEx dropped off the contract early this morning. I scanned it and sent the copy to my lawyer. He called me back after looking it over. He said everything looks to be fair. I'm good to sign it if I want to. I smiled at him as I walked over to the kitchen table and sat across from him. Okay, Atlanta, here we come, he said while smiling at me. Yeah, here we come. I echoed. The CEO is flying in tonight so I can sign the contract. We meeting at the Watercrest restaurant downtown at 7 p.m. I need to go to the barber shop and run a few errands after, so I'll be back to pick you up about 6:30ish. He rose from his chair and walked over to kiss me. He then picked up his phone and headed out the door. Well, I guess I'm moving to Atlanta. Keisha ass will be thrilled. We literally just talked about this last night. I was too anxious to eat, so I just finished my juice. I called my family and told them the good news. Everyone was excited and wanted me to give Kel their congratulations. My mother wasn't excited about her baby moving to Atlanta. She was, however, excited about Kel getting recognition for his talent and getting signed. She told me she loved me and I better stop by the house before I leave. Girl, I want to cry and everything. I mean, mm. We chatted for another 30 minutes before we ended our call. The next call I must make is to my job. I hate to do this without giving a 2 week notice. I've been working there for years and I hate to leave them hanging. They'll be all right, I tell myself as I scroll through my contacts. I stop when I see I stop when I see the words work. I take a deep breath and tap on the phone icon. Thank you for calling Gabe's. This is Sarah. How can I help you? A cheerful voice radiated in my ear. Hey, Sarah, this is Toya, I replied. She recognized my voice immediately. Hey, girl, what are you doing? Enjoying your day off? Enjoying your off day? Yeah, it definitely has been eventful. So, which manager is in there today? I asked. Josh is working today. He's in the back doing paperwork. Want me to pat you through? She asked. Yeah, if you don't mind, I said. I don't mind at all. Nice to talk to you and enjoy your time off, she exclaimed. Before I could respond, I heard the line begin to ring. Thank you for calling Gabe's. This is Josh. Hey, Josh, this is Toya. I say into the phone. Hey, Toya, you're calling here on your day off? On your off day? You missed us that much? Huh? He asked jokingly. I laughed nervously. Not exactly, but I do need to talk to you, I replied. Okay, shoot, he said. I could hear him pecking away at the keys on the keyboard. Well, my boyfriend, Brick Baby, is an artist and his music is blowing up in the streets. He just got signed, I state gleefully. Well, congratulations, he retorted. I knew it was just a matter of time. He is really cold. I have to give it to him. Thanks, I replied, about to drop the bomb. With this deal, we have to move to Atlanta, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to quit. There was a brief silence on the line. I hate to lose you, he stated. You are one of my best cashiers. Your man is about to be a huge music star, so I understand it. I wish you guys lots of success and don't forget about us. I smiled at his warm words. Thanks for understanding, and I won't forget you guys, I replied. I'll hold you to it, he rebutted. Okay, I'll talk to you later, I said before ending the call. I'm glad he handled that so well. I really didn't know what to expect. I checked the time and it's now 4:17 p.m. Damn time, damn time is on crack today, I said aloud as I head to my bedroom closet. I have to find something to wear for tonight. I slide my hanger left. I slide hanger after hanger as I shuffle through my clothes. I stop when I see a sexy form-fitting silky black dress. That's the one, I said out loud as I take it out and I lay it on the bed. This will go perfect with my black open-toe heels. Now that my outfit is together, I'll go get in the shower. After showering, I grab my robe and head to my bedroom. I take a seat at my vanity and begin to do my makeup. After my face looks like I'm beat for the gods, I lotion up and slide into my dress. I spray on my Versace red jeans perfume. I reserved that for special occasions. This is definitely that. As I'm sliding into my heels, I hear Markel come through the door. Baby, you ready? He yells from the living room. I grab my purse and walk out to greet him. He stops mid sentence when his eyes landed on me. You like? I asked as I do a little spin. Shit, we might not make this meeting, he said, looking me up and down hungrily. I chuckle and start to walk to the door. There will be plenty of time for that later. Now it's time to make your dream come true. He smiled and walks over to the door and opens it for me. Once outside, we hopped in the car and headed to the restaurant. When we pull up to the Watercress, Valet walks over to the driver door as Kel gets out. Kel then walks over to my door, opens it, and extends his hand to me. I step out and he leads me into the restaurant. Jerkins party, Markel said to the hostess. She checks a list she has in front of her. Right this way, she says, cheesing from ear to ear. She walks us to a VIP section in the back. Mr. Jerkins, your guests are here, she announced before pulling back the curtain. There were three men sitting on the right of the table. The big bulky one, I assumed, is the security. As we walked through, Mr. Jerkins motioned for us to come in and sit down. Would you like anything to drink? The hostess asked Markel. Yes, I'll have Hennessy and Coke and a Bahama Mama for my lady. Okay, your waitress will be right back with your drinks. Thank you, Mr. Jerkins said to the hostess as he waved her off. This is my lady Toya, Markel said, introducing me. Toya, what a beautiful name for such a beautiful woman, exclaimed Mr. Jerkins. He reached out for my hand. He then placed a kiss on it. It's nice to meet you, he said. He was staring at me a little too hard, if you ask me. Nice to meet you as well, I replied, pulling back my hand. Before we get down to business, I took the liberty of ordering us a seafood platter. I don't like to discuss business on an empty stomach. The men had a little bit of small talk as I sit and listen. A few minutes later, the food and our drinks arrived. I ended up getting the lobster tail and shrimp. Everyone else sampled a little bit of everything. As we were finishing up our plates, the waitress appeared. Would you like any dessert? She asked the table. I shook my head no, and Markel said he couldn't eat another bite. No dessert, but bring us the bottle of your finest champagne and 4 glasses, Mr. Jerkins exclaimed. Right away, she stated while carrying the empty plates with her. The service here is impeccable. She was back in record time with the bottle and glasses. That'll be all, Mr. Jerkins said, looking at her. She then disappeared behind the curtain. Okay, now let's get down to business, Mr. Jerkins exclaimed. My niece Shauna put me on to your music. I did a little research on you after that. You have a strong fan base on your YouTube, Instagram and SoundCloud. I heard your name is ringing in these Tennessee streets. I like I like what I hear, and I think the world should hear you too. He looks at the man to his left and nods at him. His associate reached down and sits a briefcase on the table. He opens up the briefcase and pulls out some papers and passes them to Mr. Jerkins, who then passes those papers to Markel. What I'm offering you is fame and fortune, stated Mr. Jerkins. Full creative control along with royalties when your music is used in any capacity. You'll also receive 40% of album sales plus money when you perform shows. I'm willing to offer you a $3 million deal if you sign with me. He pulls out a pen and sits it on top of the contract. So, what do you say? Will you be a part of Blueface Records? He asks inquisitively while interlocking his fingers. Markel looks at me. I give him an encouraging smile. He picked the pen up and clicks the top. I say, let's get this money, Markel exclaimed as he excitedly signs the contract. He then passes the signed contract over to Mr. Jerkins. After his associate secures it in his briefcase, he then pulls out a blue diamond studded chain. It has Blueface Records with a studded out dollar sign in the middle. Mr. Jerkins passed the chain over to Markel. He admired it before putting it around his neck. Mr. Jerkins reached in the ice bucket and pulled out the bottle of champagne. After popping the bottle, he filled the glasses and sat down in front of each of us. A toast, he said, as we raised our glasses to our newest member of Blueface Records. My throat is dry. Okay, period. Ooh. Whew. We're about to take the world by storm. Welcome to the family. We clinked our glasses and took a sip. I need you in Atlanta in 2 weeks. I want to get started as soon as possible, Mr. Jerkins said to Markel. No problem. I'll be there, he stated. We sat and chatted for 20 more minutes before we got up to leave. I'll be in touch, Mr. Jerkins told Markel as he stood up and shook his hand. We said our goodbyes and left the restaurant. On our way home, Kel was so excited it was finally solidified. Can you believe it? I'm a member of Blueface Records. I finally made it. Woo! He screamed out in excitement. My baby did it. I knew you would, I said proudly. The rest of the ride home, I thought about how our lives were about to change. Markel dropped me off at home. He said he had one more verse to lay down to complete his song. I told him to be careful and kissed him before getting out the car. He watched me go into the house before backing up and pulling off. I sat down on the sofa and sat my purse at my feet. What a night, I thought, as I pulled off my shoes. With all the excitement, I forgot to call my girl. I reached in my purse and pulled out my cell phone. I scrolled to Keisha's number and hit the video button. Hey, best friend, she exclaimed in a singing voice. Hey, Keisha, what you doing? Girl, nothing, watching my Ratchet TV. What are you Ratchet TV. What are you doing all dressed up? Did you and Kel have a date night? She asked. Not exactly a date night, I responded. Guess what? I said, bouncing in my seat. What? She asked excitedly. Your wish, your wish has finally been granted, I said, smiling at her. Okay, and what wish is that exactly? She asked inquisitively. I'm moving to Atlanta in a few weeks, I squealed. What? Bitch, you better not be playing with me. You for real? Yeah, I'm serious, I told her. I read down how we had dinner with the CEO of Blueface Records and how Kel officially signed with them tonight. With them being based out of Atlanta, we have to move there. So you will finally have me in the ATL, I told her. That's crazy. We just talked about this last night. I'm glad you have to move here now. I can't wait until you get here, she exclaimed. Well, we have to be there in a short amount of time, 2 weeks to be exact. Can you help me find a place down there? I asked my friend. Say less, I got you. I'll start looking online tonight, she exclaimed. Okay, well, call me tomorrow, girl. I'm beat, I say. Okay, talk to you later. Love you, she says. I love you too. Before ending the call, I look around my apartment. There's so much to box up. We need to hire a moving company. More importantly, we have to find somewhere to live. Well, let the adventure begin. We've been in Atlanta for 3 months now. My girl Keisha got me in contact with an experienced realtor before I left Tennessee. I explained to her our situation and what kind of accommodations we needed. She found us the perfect condo on the north side of town. It didn't take long for us to get settled in. The first few weeks, I would unpack and do things around the house. Kel usually was gone, working long hours in the studio. Me and Keisha aren't hanging out as much as we used to either. I mean, we still hanging out, but not like when I first got here. It seemed like Kelly's a little bit more on the edge than he used to be. When I asked him about it, he says he's just under a lot of pressure to get this album done. I feel a shift has taken place in our relationship. It's like ever since we got here, things have just haven't been the same. Maybe I'm just tripping, but I can't quite put my finger on it. He's been pulling quite a few overnight sessions at the studio lately as well. I'll be glad when he finishes his album so we can spend some time together and reconnect. I binge watch a whole season of The Brave One on Netflix while I wait for Kel to get home. Just as I was about to doze off, I heard the front door open and close. Kel, I call out, making sure it's him. Yeah, it's me, he replies, following my voice to the bedroom. He strides in the bedroom, takes a seat on the chaise lounge. How was your day? I asked him as he takes off his shoes. I finally got a song done today. This shit going to set the streets on fire, he exclaimed proudly. That's good, baby. I can't wait to hear it, I said. He smiled at my comment. How was your day? He asked me. It was okay. I got caught up on this Netflix show, so I've been binging that all day. I replied. He walked over to the closet and sat his shoes inside. I'm about to take a shower and get some sleep. I'm exhausted. He walked over and kissed me before heading into the bathroom. A few minutes later, I heard the shower start. I tried to stay up and watch some TV. I'm not sure how long he was in the shower. My eyes got heavy, and before I knew it, I was fast asleep. The next morning, I wake early. I didn't set an alarm or anything, but for some reason, I was just up. I don't even remember falling asleep. I blinked my eyes to adjust the sunlight illuminating the room. I got out of bed and made my way to the kitchen. I could hear hushed whispering, but couldn't make out the words being said. I walked in to find Kel on the phone. He saw me as soon as I came in. Good morning, baby, he said to me as he immediately hung up the phone. That was weird, I thought. Good morning, I replied. So, what you got planned for today? He asked while grabbing a bottle of water out the refrigerator. I've got to get this, I got to get out of this house, so I'm going to head to the gym for a couple of hours. You going back to the studio again? I asked, already knowing the answer. Yeah, but I'm almost finished. I'm almost at the finish line, he replied. Will you be home tonight? I asked him inquisitively. I'm not sure. It depends on where we are with the music. I'll call and let you know either way, he said. This had become our new normal. I was used to it at this point. I'm about to head out, he said before walking over to me, kissing me goodbye. He stopped at the kitchen entrance and stared at me for a while, not like a loving stare, but like a weird one. What? I asked when I noticed him looking at me. Nothing. I love you, he said as he headed out the door. I put on my workout clothes and headed downtown to 24-hour fitness. I wanted to do some strength training and to get some cardio in. I always felt better after a good workout. 2 hours later, I was dripping with sweat and breathing heavily. My body was a little sore, but I felt good. I didn't want to get in my car sweaty, so I took a shower there. I already had a change of clothes in my gym bag. After showering, changing, I began to make my way home. You know how you get that feeling that something just isn't right? I felt that as soon as I opened the door and stepped inside. I wasn't sure why I felt that way, but I would soon find out. I head to the laundry room and throw my gym clothes in the washer. I pulled some clothes out of the hamper and added them to make a full load. I start the washer, grab my gym bag, and head for my bedroom. When I step into the closet to sit my bag down, I notice a bunch of empty hangers where Kale's clothes used to be. I know we didn't get robbed, I said out loud. I started looking around the closet. His stuff seems to be the only thing missing. All my clothes are still here. I walked over and pulled out his drawers. Each one is empty. I opened his shoe cabinet and all his shoes are gone. What the hell is going on? I started to hyperventilate. I walked through the house to see if anything else is missing. Nothing else was gone. We couldn't have gotten robbed. For one, this is a nice area with security, I rationalized. For two, why wouldn't they have taken my expensive jewelry that was sitting out? I reached in my pocket for my phone. I go to my contacts and call Kale. I'm sorry the number you have reached has been disconnected. If you find this message to be an error, please hang up and try your call again later. How is it? Disconnected? I know he paid his bill. I called back 3 more times and got the same message. The reality of the situation hit me like a ton of bricks. The late hours, the whispering on the phone, the wanting to know exactly where I would be and when. He wanted to make sure I wouldn't be here when he came back to get his stuff. I just don't understand why. Tears started to well up in my eyes. I felt like I couldn't breathe. This motherfucker, you hear me, Queen? I felt like I couldn't breathe. I collapsed into a heap on the floor and wailed like a baby. I stayed in a fetal position for a good hour. I gathered up enough strength to get off the floor and move over to the couch. Why would he do me like this? I asked myself, trying to hold back tears. I saw my phone sitting on the table. I picked it up and FaceTimed Keisha. As soon as her face popped on the screen, I lost it all over again. Girl, what's wrong? Keisha asked me. Kale left. Me, I say in between sobs. What do you mean he left you? What happened? Did y'all get into a fight? She quizzed. I take a deep breath to pull myself together. No, we didn't get to a fight. This morning he told me he was going into the studio. I did hear him whispering to someone, but I couldn't hear what he said. Keisha shifted her eyes to the left and then back to me. It was so quick, if you blinked, you would have missed it. I told him I was going to the gym. I was gone for a couple of hours. When I got back, I went to the bedroom and all his shoes, clothes, jewelry were gone. Well, did you try to call him? Maybe you guys were robbed, she stated. No, we weren't. I thought that too at first. We weren't robbed because only his stuff is missing. When I tried to call him, it says the phone is disconnected. I can't believe he did this to me. I start sobbing again, not a regular sob, a deep gut, wrenching, shoulder shaking sob. I'm so sorry, sis. I can't believe he would do that either. Do you think it's another woman? She asked. I'm not sure. It's like when we got to Atlanta, our relationship started to change. He said he just was stressed out and under pressure. Maybe he was lying, I replied. I was going to be okay. It's going to be okay, girl. He doesn't deserve you, she said, trying to console me. I catch her quickly shift her eyes from the left and back to me again. I just need some time to think. I'm going to call you back, I tell her. Okay, call me if you need anything, she stated. I will, I replied. As she is hanging up the call, she accidentally drops her camera down a little bit. When she does, I see a foot next to hers. On that foot was a familiar looking shoe. I didn't look too deep into it at the time. I decided to get on Facebook and see if I can find any clues. When I try to get on his page, I notice he blocked me. Ain't that a bitch, I say, as I go back into my homepage. I scroll through my news feed and see random posts from family and friends. I stop when I see Keisha posted a new picture. I tapped on it, ready to hit the like button when something caught my eye. I double tapped the picture and zoom in. I know you fucking lying, I said angrily. In the picture, she is standing in front of a mirror taking a selfie. In the mirror reflection, mm, Mm. In the mirror reflection, unbeknownst to her, you could see a jacket laying on her bed. Not just any jacket, a custom jacket. It was folded so you couldn't read the whole thing. What was visible, though, was CC Baby, as in Brick Baby. Why the fuck would his jacket be at her house? Now I'm pissed, but I have to make sure it's him. I dress in all black and put my locks into a ponytail. I slip my feet into my sneakers and grab my keys and Vaseline. I hop into my car and drive to Enterprise. I tell them I need something dark with tinted windows. 20 minutes later, I'm pulling out of the lot in a black 2022 black Yukon Denali with tinted windows. Ooh, that's loud. Mm, 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 mm. I didn't want to drive my car because if my hunch is right, I didn't want to be recognized. 10 minutes later, I was pulling onto Keisha Street. I parked behind a van about 6 houses away. I wanted to be close, but not too close. After cutting the engine, I reached in the passenger seat and grabbed the Vaseline. I smeared it all over my arms and face. After that, I watched her house like a hawk and waited. 2 hours later, her front door opened. My stomach dropped when I saw my best friend and my man step out on her porch. He held her in his arms as they shared a few kisses. He then made his way down her steps and got into his car. She went inside and shut her door as he drove off. I sat there for a moment, fuming. I can't believe this bitch. I think to myself, I wait about 10 minutes to make sure he isn't coming right back before I get out of the car. I hop out and make my way to her steps. I try to calm myself as I knock on the door. When she opens the door, she's surprised to see me. Hey, girl, what are you doing here? She asks while looking up and down the street. I just wanted to see you. Can I come in? I asked. Of course, she replied as she moved to the side to let me enter. I go into her living room and have a seat on the couch. She sits on the love seat across from me. How are you holding up? She asked me in a concerned tone. It took everything in me not to slap the shit out of her right then and there. I looked at her for a moment. Not that great. I've had better days, I replied. I can imagine she replied, shifting in her seat. You know, Keisha, we've been friends a long time. All the way from the sandbox. Anytime you came back to Tennessee, you always stayed with me. I confided in you. I looked at you like my sister. I locked eyes with her. Help me understand why in the world you would my sister fuck my man, I asked her. All the color drained from her face. What are you talking about? Why would you think I was fucking your man? She stammered. A couple of reasons. I replied. For one, he starts acting funny when we move here. You just couldn't wait to get me to Atlanta. For two, you were acting really funny on that FaceTime when I called to tell you what happened. A piece of advice: if you want to take a selfie, but you are creeping with somebody's man, make sure his shit is invisible in your background. I saw Kale's jacket on your bed in the picture you posted on Facebook today. No, it's not like that. I tracked him down and asked him to come over so we could talk about you. I thought maybe he would tell me what had happened. I chuckled at her pathetic effort to try to cover up what I already knew. How is that when I hadn't even told you what happened yet? So was y'all talking about me when y'all was hugged up kissing on your porch not too long ago? I asked. She didn't respond because she knew she was caught. Out of all the people, I never thought you would be the one to do this to me, I stated. As I stood up from her couch, she stood up too. She already knew what time it was. If a bitch ain't got shit else, she damn sure got the audacity. I say to her, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I cut her off mid sentence. We're past the point of apologies, I say, narrowing my eyes at her. Now, I'm about to walk you the fuck down. I balled up my fist and lunged at her. I land an uppercut on her chin. She stumbles back a little bit as her head snaps back. She tries to grab my arm but couldn't get a grip because of the Vaseline. She hit me with a quick jab to my lip. I could taste the blood in my mouth. At that point, all I saw was red. I hit her with a two-piece combo and she stumbled again. This time I tackled her to the ground. I took each knee and pushed them into her arms, pinning her down. I beat that bitch like she owed me money. I rained blow after blow to her face. I I drew blood. That's when I finally snapped out the trance I was in. I looked down at my former friend. Her eyes were swollen shut and she started coughing up blood. I got up and released her. She rolled over and got into a fetal position. Fuck you, bitch, I said as I walked and headed for her door. After dropping the rental back off at Enterprise and getting my car, I went straight home. Being in that condo did nothing but remind me of the betrayal I had endured. I called my mother and told her everything. She was in shock over the whole situation. The most mind-blowing part was a for her was about Keisha. She couldn't believe the little girl that spent so much time at our house would do such a thing. I told her I no longer want to be in a condo. It holds too many painful memories. My mother told me to come back home. She would have my room ready when I got there. I told her I would see her soon and ended our call. I packed up all my shit and loaded up my car. After I gassed up, I hit the highway and put Atlanta in my rear view. I couldn't wait to put distance between me and Atlanta. I thought as I made the 3 hour trip back to Nashville, I'll be sure to change my number when I get to my mother's house. I thought I don't have any conversation for either one of them. I took a deep breath and turned up my music as I made my journey. 2 years later, as you can see, the home has an open floor plan and plenty of room to grow as a family. It has been totally renovated with updated appliances, new floors, and a new roof. This gym won't be on the market for long, I state. Can I have a minute to discuss this with my wife? Mr. Jackson, a potential buyer, asked me. Take all the time you need. I'll step outside and give you guys some time, some privacy. I step outside and shut the door behind me. As I stand outside, I reflect the last 2 years of my life. I was depressed and broken after my relationship with Markel ended. For weeks, I just laid in the bed and cried. My mother was my rock. She loved me through it all and helped me put me back together. She's the one who encouraged me to get my real estate license. She even paid for my courses. There was a dark time in my life. I'm happy to say that after all that trauma, I now have my life back together. I'm a successful real estate agent. I'm one of the top earners at the company. I have a beautiful two-story home and two cute male Yorkies I named Goldie and Smokey. I'm meditating, drinking more water, and eating right. I had to heal and relearn self. It wasn't easy, but I did it. The front door opened, snapping me out of my thoughts. Mr. and Mrs. Jackson walk over to me with huge smiles on their faces. We'll take it, he said excitedly. Great. I'll have the paperwork drawn up so we can close and get you two into your new home. I'm so excited, exclaimed Mrs. Jackson while beaming at her husband. I shook I shook hands with them both and told them I would be in touch. After locking up the property, I got in my car and I headed to the office to drop the paperwork. As I pulled into the parking lot of my job, I thought about two main lessons I've learned in life. The first one, no matter how long it's been, be careful who you call a friend. A person can flip at any time and plot on your downfall. The second one is, if a bitch ain't got shit else, she will always have the audacity. The end. Woo! Girl, that was really fucking good. That was really fucking good, Brittany Smoot. Yes. Yes. That was good. That was Audacity. Wowzers. You know what I thought about as I was reading it though? Because she's such a good author. I said to myself, oh, that bitch was fucking him the whole time when she said she used to come and visit and would stay with her in her place. And you know, they live together. So that means, bitch, you was fucking him the whole time. I am done. Brittany Smoot, please make sure you reach out. We need some script writers for our cartoons, okay? I show gratitude, you guys. We've been on here for 2 hours and 9 minutes. I mean the whole time, okay? I show gratitude. We'll come back and read some more of them, okay? Amazing job. I love you to life. If you are a cartooner, you can put the cartoons together. An illustrator, please make sure you reach out to the email. The email is amagicwalk@gmail.com, AMAJICK walk@gmail.com. I love you out of life, man. Peace in and out.